Hey, it's the Notebook Tech Guy, and today I'm going to be talking about the ASUS ZenBook UX303UB. I left a link in the description below to get a great deal on this model, so be sure to check that out. So this laptop is running the powerful 6th generation Intel Core i7-6500U processor. This is a dual-core processor running that Skylake architecture. The CPU has a base clock speed of 2.5 GHz and a turbo boost up to 3.1 GHz. And this just means that the clock speeds can dynamically increase or decrease depending on what you're doing. So this is an ultra low voltage processor, and it's made for ultrabooks and also regular notebooks. So this laptop has pretty good multitasking capabilities. There's 12 gigabytes of DDR3L RAM. So if you're going to be doing some gaming and moderate multitasking, it won't be a problem with 12 gigabytes. You have to have a pretty large amount of software running to use up that 12 gigabytes. And 12 gigabytes is a reasonable amount of RAM in this price range. So the graphics card is an NVIDIA GT940M. This is a mid-range graphics card. It's good for light and moderate gaming. So here's some benchmarks from Notebook Check so you get a good idea of what you can expect with gaming performance. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on medium setting runs at about 33.3 frames per second. Titanfall 2 on medium settings runs at about 43.8 frames per second. Battlefield 1, 31.5 frames per second on medium, 50 frames per second on low. Overwatch, 55 frames per second on medium. And Doom 2016, 31.8 frames per second on medium. So that should give you a ballpark idea in terms of gaming performance. And this GPU is also adequate if you're going to be doing some photo and video editing. So one of the biggest contributors to the awesome performance of this laptop is a 512 gigabyte solid state drive. Not only does it provide plenty of storage for most users, solid state drives provide an awesome performance boost. You'll get very quick boot up times and your software will load basically instantly. And just overall, the operating system will be very, very snappy. One of the best features of this laptop is the display. It's running a 13.3 inch multi-touch Quad HD display. So it has a 3200 by 1800 resolution. So for a small screen size, you have a lot of real estate to work with due to that high resolution. So this will also increase your multitasking capabilities because you can just display more on the screen at the same time. You won't have one small window taking up a lot of real estate. It also has that IPS display, so you get wide viewing angles and more vibrant colors. And if you're going to be using this laptop outside, it's great because it has that anti-glare coating. So the design is very sleek looking. It's only 3.2 pounds with a 0.7 inch thickness. And as you can see, it has that wedge-shaped design. So it actually reminds me a lot like the MacBook Air. And this is just a very light and portable laptop. To add even more portability, there's 7 hours of battery life. And this obviously varies depending on what you're doing. But this is what the manufacturer listed as the battery life. So you'd expect to use this laptop a fair amount without having to recharge it. There's also a backlit keyboard, 3 USB 3 ports, an HDMI port, a mini display port, and a headphone microphone combo jack. And there's also an SD card slot as well. So to conclude, the ASUS ZenBook UX303UB is a great laptop if you need performance as well as portability. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM, so you have good multitasking capabilities. That 512 gigabyte solid state drive. So you have awesome performance with this laptop, and it's a great choice in this price range. Be sure to check out the link in the description to get a great deal on this ZenBook. And you also read user reviews and see what other people are experiencing with it. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.